Ayaka is a cryovision user wielding a short sword, but her skill looks like interesting. Does it? Her skill reminds me of Venti skill, but the nice thing about Venti skill is you can do it from afar. Next, her ultimate also reminds me, is she just a cryo Venti?
This banner for me is like an instant skip.
Okay, I may have been wrong. Let's talk about Ayaka now that we actually have a trial. Now look, we talked about it. I said this was gonna be one of my quickest skips ever. I was like, oh, of course. Like, bro, stop. I know what you're doing, just stop. Anyway, I said that I would be skipping this character pretty much instantly and I didn't care about it. But then the trial came out. Let me tell you what, this character may have been coming out for a long time, and this is one of the most hyped up characters ever, but I'm not kidding when I say I think they did a good job. Let's start off talking about her talents, then we're gonna work around and kind of just talk about Ayaka as a whole, and if I think she is worth pulling on now that we've actually got to test her. Results may shock you. Okay, so unfortunately in the trial they show off like the Mist Splitter Reforged, which has a lot going on. Like, has a lot going on. She's running a 4-piece Blizzard Strayer. What's her stats at? 57 161. All right, so like decent stats, not really for a Blizzard Strayer because you get so much crit rate, but whatever. So if something's frozen, this Ayaka has 97 crit rate. So you'll basically never not crit, which is cool, but you could totally allocate more of that to crit damage and it would be more beneficial, but it doesn't matter. Her constellation looks like a flamingo or a swan. Is it a swan or flamingo? We're going to talk about her constellations here in a sec. All right, so they have her attacks at all 8s, which is good, but let's talk about each of the abilities and then show it off. So her normal attacks perform 5 rapid strikes, pretty fine. I mean, whatever. Her attacks look really good. They're really fast. The big thing that I like here is her charged attack is like crazy. And there's a reason for that that's in her other talents, and we'll talk about that here in a sec. But yeah, all of her modifiers are pretty good. Honestly, like for a normal attacker, like pretty solid. Her Kamisato art, Huyoka, her elemental skill summons that big like circle around you that just does cryo damage to everything. And it's actually pretty strong in certain situations, but I've seen that thing melt for almost like 50,000. So it can be pretty strong. Come to think of it, it was in Spiral Abyss, so take that with a grain of salt, but still. Now the scaling on her ability at level 8 is pretty darn good. With a 10-second cooldown, it feels a little on the long side, but it's not bad. Next, once again, she has that dash ability, but this dash ability is a little bit different. So they call it Senno form. Basically, whenever she's around an enemy, when she pops out of the ground, she does apply cryo to nearby enemies, and it infuses all of her normal attacks with cryo for a brief period. It's like almost 6 seconds, and it's pretty dope. Right when I saw this, I was instantly like, oh my gosh, her and Xingqiu are gonna be nuts, because you're just gonna be able to keep things like perma-frozen. And actually in the trial, they give you a cheap alternative, which is Barbara, another character that applies hydro constantly. Well, almost constantly. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, bro, I like that a lot. That's really cool. It's really dope. And then finally, her elemental burst, her Kamisatsu art, Sometsu, whatever, is basically just a giant cryo venti ult that slowly moves backwards. And then at the end of it, it does explode for AoE damage. Now the scalings on this, the scalings on that, what the heck? Oh, great. So I don't have, awesome. The game thinks I can see, but I can't see. Hey, we fixed it. Let's go. Even the scalings on her bursts are kind of nuts. Does 180% damage for like cutting damage. That's like I guess the cryo swirl. It's not really a swirl. And the bloom damage is 270. Now here's the only drawback, and this is kind of a drawback for every character with this. Her energy cost is 80, which means just like Beto, where you have to run official, you basically have to run a battery. Whether that be Diona or Rosaria or Kaya, she's gonna need a battery. So her first passive talent, after using her skill, her normal and charged attacks do 30% more damage. It's just free. It's just free damage. So that's really cool. But this second passive talent makes me so excited for future passive talents. When the cryo application at the end of Kamisato art Senno, so her dash, hits an opponent, Kamisato Ayaka gains the following effects: restores 10 stamina and gains 18% cryo damage bonus, and all your attacks are infused with cryo. Dude, like the synergy in her kit makes me so happy. And finally, she has a 10% chance of doubling your weapon ascension materials. So that's a thing. But yeah, if I'm being honest, she's like super adorable. She's awesome, dude. Like she just looks sick. Her art, like I judge a lot of characters from the back and they got a lot going on here and I'm digging it. I like it. I like the big bow. It makes me happy. So here's her dash. That cryo like application is actually a pretty big range that it like shoots out cryo. So it won't be hard to activate. So here's her normal attacks. They look super cool. Like, dude, I really dig, like they're super fast, but like just the animation, like just look at her putting away her sword. Like, dude, these attacks are so dope. They just make me happy. Like this is a really cool animation. And then you can see her normal attacks after you sprint turn into pyro damage. So I say pyro? Cryo damage. They turn into cryo damage. So you can see it's all ice. Her charge attack you can see here has like, look, that just looks so sick. It looks super sick. And with it being cryo, it's all blue and it looks amazing. Her elemental skill here is just a massive, like, I mean, it's not massive. I guess it's a pretty big radius. It seems like it's a little bit bigger than Venti's, but you're also up close, so it's hard to tell. Anyway, it does really good damage. Like I said, it is pretty solid. It looks really cool, and it gives you that bonus damage on your normal attacks, which is always going to be in handy, or always going to come in handy because, you know, you're going to be normal attacking a lot with her. And we'll start this off and show off her ult because her ult just looks so sick. Just look at it, bro. I mean, it does a good bit of damage. Like it is nothing to scoff at. Okay, like it is pretty crazy. So you saw there with melt it did like 29,000. Look at that charged attack though. It's so dope. Like, I mean, you're getting like 4,000 crits. So there's your normal. So now if we sprint, we're gonna get, you know, decent numbers. We use our skill and then all of a sudden all the numbers are crazy. All the numbers are nuts. She's doing like 5,000 a hit and she's like a short sword user. So like, bro, I'm just saying I might have been wrong. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. And I'll be honest, like I kind of want to pull for her. I kind of do. But here's the really cool thing about her. So obviously these guys are all going to be like infused with hydro because they're hydro slimes. But if they weren't infused with hydro, what you could do is pop Barbara's little E here and then switch over to Ayaka and just literally perma-freeze everything. Like you can see there that hydro or the pyro slime is now frozen. Literally everything just gets frozen constantly. With the Blizzard Strayer, you'll get a ton of crit rate like that. And so you can build super hard into crit damage and she'll just pop off, dude. Like she will do so good. But I'll be honest, I was not expecting her to be able to just like execute cryo abilities constantly, and her permanently being able to apply cryo is nuts. And that's one of the reasons why I'm actually considering pulling from her, and I'm not happy to say it, so don't make me say it again. I'm sorry. I might have been wrong. I don't know. Look at the damage though, dude. Like that charge attack is so sick. If it wasn't so dope, then it'd be different, but it's so sick. Like it's just so cool, man. Oh God. But let's talk about constellations real quick. So basically your C1 is going to basically make it so that while your sword is infused with cryo damage, you slowly decrease the ability cooldown, your skill cooldown. Her C2 actually looks pretty interesting. So her C2 actually creates two smaller like swirly orb things for your ultimate. That seems pretty cool. C3 is going to boost your ult. Her C4 makes it so that any enemy that takes damage from your burst actually have their defense reduced by 30%. That's pretty cool. Isn't that what Klee does? It's not bad. Her C5 increases the level of her skill, and her C6 leans into those super dope looking charge attacks even more. Basically every 10 seconds you do like 300% more damage on a charge attack. This character leans on her charge attacks quite a bit, but it looks so sick. I don't even care. It's so dope. And with her dash, you can constantly get that stamina back. So the charge attacks really aren't that bad on her. Now, real quick, just talking about builds for a second, I think Blizzard Strayer would be a solid set for her, but I certainly don't think it's going to be the best for her. I think the new set of Reminiscence or whatever it is, whichever one charges up your normal attack damage, I think that could be nuts on her. But honestly, I think just for how much raw damage she puts out, I think 2 Blizzard Strayer and 2 Glad might be the way to go. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think as far as like a build goes for her. I know it's still really early on, but let me know what builds that you've seen that are interesting on her, because I think you could build her in a couple different ways. I think you could set her up for like melt comps, or you could set her up for a freeze comp. I think she'd be amazing in a freeze comp, but that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. All in all, when it comes to weapons, I don't have too many short swords built, so I don't have like the most knowledge of this, but it seems like this Mist Splitter Reforged is probably going to be like her like best in slot weapon. But aside from that, I would probably put something on her that's going to either give her crit damage or crit rate or just attack. I mean, you could use Black Cliff, the black sword or the flute. I feel like any of those options will be decent. Don't take my word for it. Look for a more in-depth review, but like, you know what I mean. I think if you wish for Ayaka, you end up with her and you have one of those swords built, I don't think it'll be a bad thing to put that on her for now. But yeah, in general, do I think Ayaka is worth wishing for? I'm still not in love with the banner. The banner's not amazing for a lot of people. If you're looking for Ningguang, if you're looking for Yanfei, absolutely. I think Chongyun is super underutilized by a lot of people. If I pull on it, I'm going for Chongyun. But let's answer the question. Do I think this banner is worth pulling for if you're trying to go for Ayaka? If you're free to play, maybe. I think she's going to be really good. I don't think if you get this character, you're going to be like, oh God, I'm stuck with a 5-star Amber or something. Like, she's really, really solid. Just from what we've seen, she does some serious numbers and she's omega cute, bro. Now, if you put a little bit of money into this game and you're comfortable putting like a couple $100 here and there, absolutely grab an Ayaka. She's gonna be really good for your team and just really good in general to have around. But the one stipulation, which is also my stipulation, if you have or are saving up for a Ganyu rerun, I don't know that Ayaka is worth it because they both are gonna fill the same role. They're both a cryo DPS. So in general, and this is like broad strokes here, don't crucify me in the comments for this, I think Ganyu is going to bring more value to an account than Ayaka. That's just my take. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I'll be honest, I don't know if I just fed into the hype or what, but literally after just playing in the trial with her like 10 or 12 times in a row, I don't want to talk about it, I might have switched from Yoimiya's team to Ayaka's team. I don't know, man. But at the end of the day, I think I personally would rather have Ganyu based on my account. You gotta remember, I have a level 90 R1 Skyward Harp. I don't have a 5-star short sword for Ayaka. So guaranteed Ganyu's already gonna do like tons more damage. And I know how Ganyu works. We're still learning about Ayaka. We don't know if Blizzard Strayer is her best set. It might be 2 Blizzard Strayer, 2 Glad. It might be that new set where you just like sacrifice your ult and you get like super powered normal attacks. We just don't know. We just don't know. Honestly, I am kind of happy that I was wrong about this character because I was really excited for everybody, and everyone who talks about her, like everyone was super pumped for this character to come out. And I'm glad that she's, I mean, really good. Like, look at that damage. It's doing 8,000 a tick, 8,400 a tick. But in general, I'm gonna go ahead and say I was wrong to call you an instant skip. I'm sorry. I mean, look, man, you win some, you lose some. That's how speculation works. Yeah, I mean, she's awesome. I think she's really cool. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I'll be honest, I still don't think I'm wishing for her. I might wish a little bit here and there because it's a 50-50 shot. I just don't, I'm so nervous that I'm gonna wish for her. I'm not gonna get her. And then they're gonna announce some event where like Ganyu's a guaranteed 5-star as soon as you get to a 5-star or something. I just don't have to drop any money, man. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll put whatever we have, like whatever we earn, just into trying to get Ayaka. And outside of that, we'll just save like actual funds for when Ganyu comes out. I think that's what we'll do. Tell you what, we got 11 wishes. Let's see if we can get it in 11. Ready for this? Boom. Okay. That was nothing. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. That's exactly what I wanted, was the Raven Bow. Did you know what the Raven Bow means? The Raven Bow, like I was talking about, Raven, Oz being a battery, and you know who's a battery is Fischl. Fischl's a battery for Beidou, and you know who I said earlier I compared her to, Ayaka to, was Beidou, because Beidou also needs a battery, and that's what Fischl is, and that's why I got a Raven Bow. I don't know if you followed that, but I barely did, and I said it. Let's drop a 10 wish. Let's see what we get. Who knows? Oh my god, dude, my heart kind of sunk. I was like, wait. All right, if we get Ningguang, we're sad about it. We want Chongyun. Let's get a Chongyun. We don't want Ningguang. I have C6 Ningguang. Please no Ningguang. I know it's gonna be Ningguang. I'm not stupid, game. Give me a Chongyun. This game knows I hate it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please drop a like down below. Yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna put whatever we earn in game into like just whatever banners here. We're gonna try to get Ayaka. I think we're at like 40 now, so it's gonna take a little bit to get to 90, but hopefully we can hit it in the next 19 days, 21 hours and 21 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you're gonna be summoning for Ayaka. Like I said, I may have switched teams. I like Yoimiya still. Yoimiya is still like my favorite, like design wise. I don't know, man. Design wise, Ayaka kind of caught up. I don't know who I like better. Let me know who you like better, and we'll talk about it in the comment section because I answer every single comment. So thank you guys once again for watching. I love you guys. A big shout out to the members of the channel. Thank you for helping support the channel. It definitely means a lot. And yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. And I appreciate everybody so much for watching. I love you guys. I'm just rambling. I tried to do all this in one take and it didn't go super well. But anyway, I love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace. They think I'm not spending money for Ayaka.